We're starting at the north end of the Legacy Trail in Palmer Ranch, which is just south of Sawyer Loop. You can see McIntosh Road there on your right that parallels the trail. There's one of your first inlets right there. You can see a paved area. No one in there. That's mile marker 892 is at the beginning of the trail. And these mile markers are mapped out about every 1 mile. Coming up here in the intersection you see on your left is Palmer Ranch Parkway. Estancia Golf Course on your right. There's several bridges throughout here. You can see one right now at the bottom of the screen. They're all 10 tons. Our rescues are rated at 20,000 pounds dry weight, which is 10 tons, and that is without equipment or personnel on board. So between being barely over the limit as well as the rescues being, I believe, probably too wide for some of these bridges in there, I don't believe we're going to have access to be able to drive rescues down here. Coming up now is the intersection of Central Sarasota Parkway and the trail, which is just past that. You'll see mile marker 894 on the bottom of the screen right now. There's a little rest area there. That's mile marker 894. Coming up on your right there, that big huge area where all the looks like cars in there, that's Glick's Auto Body, which is at the east end of Praymore Street in Osprey, which is pretty close to mile marker 895 is in that area right there. And on your right is Pine Ranch East subdivision. You can see the road that parallels the trail there. Now the mile markers are about every 1 mile. We plan on narrowing it down to probably every quarter, half mile once we get a system in place for that. There's another bridge at the bottom of your screen there. And coming up on the right there is Park Trace. You can see all the homes around the lake. This dirt area in the middle of the screen, that's at the east end of Bay Street in Osprey. You see that in the pictorial of where you can access the trail right from that area there, and going down to the east end of Bay Street. Starting at the beginning of the park here, which is about mile marker 896, Oscar Shear State Park on your right and left. This Legacy Trail is about 10 miles long in length and opened at the end of March in 2008. Coming up to about mile marker 897 now in this area here. You can see some roads crossing through the park there. There is a gate at that first road there, at the bottom of the screen now, which is padlocked, but if we had to go through, we could get through that way there. Through the back part of Oscar Shear State Park. On the right will be the campground in the park and the lake. You come around the lake and here's a little picnic area in the back, and you got good access to the trail back here. You got the big curved bridge there on your left, which of course will not hold a rescue on there. So if you came in, you would only be able to go to the left a little bit before you'd run into another bridge. Coming up to State Road 681 now. Just past State Road 681, there's going to be a rest area, which is going to be designated mile marker 898. See on the bottom now, the rest area. Coming up on your left will be Calusa Lakes Country Club. And then on your right is going to be the back part of Lake Village Mobile Home Park. Coming up to mile marker 899 at the end of Calusa Lakes before the beginning of subdivision there. Yeah, Mission Valley subdivision is going to be on your left here now. Which, like I say, is about mile marker 899 in this area here. There's a landmark on your right is the backside of Spanish Lakes Mobile Home Park in Nokomis. No real good access in this area right here. Your only access is off of Laurel Road. There's no bridges in this stretch here between 681 and Laurel Road. There's no bridges that I can think of that would stop anybody from going up that way. Right, starting the industrial area of Laurel Road, about the 500 block of East Laurel Road. So this intersection, this main road here is Laurel Road, which is mile marker 900. And then coming up on your right is Laurel Park and the Laurel Quarters into Church Street there on your right. You go into the Laurel Quarters. There's one or two streets that do run east and west and do go into the trail if you needed to, right there on the bottom of the screen now. This is also the first place where you're going to have to stop because this bridge is not open as of yet. This trestle bridge is closed. And if you had you needed somebody on this side of the bridge that we had a call for, you'd have to access it off of Colonial Lane. On the left is the industrial area, Colonial Lane, left and right here. There's Colonial Lane, Nokomis. It goes for about another half mile before it again dead ends there because of a bridge that is out of service again. Eventually they plan on getting these bridges up and running. On your right is the hotels and industrial area of north end of Venice and North Confusion there. On your left is part of the Bird Bay Country Club. Here is North Confusion where the trail crosses US 41 in Venice. On your left is Bird Bay Shopping Plaza. Goes about another quarter mile again, and there's another bridge there that you'll see here in a second. That's impassable again. You can see that black area in the middle of the screen now. That's impassable there. And it picks up again down near the train depot on your left, and that's where the trail ends at that red roof there just north of Venice Avenue, which is the Venice train